I am 87 years old, and I have something to tell you that will sound crazy, but it is true, and I have lived long enough to see the proof. There is a habit that ages you faster than smoking, faster than drinking, faster than a sedentary life, and almost nobody talks about it. Almost nobody even notices they are doing it. The habit is holding grudges, carrying resentment, not forgiving. And I am not talking about spiritual forgiveness. I am not talking about being nice. I am talking about what happens to your body when you refuse to let go of anger at another person. I held a grudge for 43 years against my own brother, for something he did when we were in our 20s, and those 43 years aged me more than all the years of stress from my career, more than all the years of poor diet, more than all the years of not exercising. The resentment literally aged me. And when I finally let it go, my entire life changed. Before you dismiss this, hear the science. Before you think this is just spiritual talk, listen to what happens to your body when you hold a grudge. When you hold a grudge, you are not just thinking an angry thought once, you are reliving it over and over. Every time you think about the person who wronged you, your body releases cortisol, adrenaline, stress hormones, your blood pressure rises, your heart rate increases, your immune system suppresses. And if you hold a grudge for years or decades, this is not a one-time stress response. It is chronic, it is constant. You are bathing your body in stress hormones day after day after day, and cortisol is an aging hormone. It literally accelerates aging. It breaks down collagen, it causes inflammation, it ages your skin, it ages your organs, it ages your brain. Smokers get one hit of stress hormones when they smoke, but resentment? Resentment hits you every single time you think about the person, every single time you tell the story, every single time you replay what they did, and if you replay it hundreds of times over decades, you have exposed your body to thousands of hits of stress hormones. I did not know this when I was holding my grudge. I just knew I was tired. I was angry all the time. I looked older than my friends. My skin was gray. My face was drawn. I had chronic pain. And I blamed it on age, but it was not age, it was resentment. The moment I forgave my brother, things changed. Not because I suddenly felt good, but because my body stopped producing stress hormones every time I thought about him. My cortisol levels dropped, my inflammation decreased, and my body could finally start healing. Let me tell you about my brother. His name was Michael, and when I was 28, he did something that I decided was unforgivable. He betrayed my trust. He lied to me. He made a choice that cost me something important. And I decided that day that I would never forgive him, never speak to him again, never let go of what he did, and I did not. For 43 years I did not. Every time I thought about him, the anger came back, fresh, like it just happened yesterday. I would replay the moment over and over. I would think about all the ways he had wronged me. I would tell the story to anyone who would listen, and every single time I did this, my body flooded with stress hormones. I did not realize it at the time. I just thought I was being strong. I was being principled. I was refusing to let him off easy. But what I was really doing was poison myself, slowly, over decades. By the time I was 60, I looked 10 years older than my peers. My hair had gone completely gray. My face was lined. I had arthritis. I had high blood pressure. I had inflammation everywhere, and I blamed it on bad genetics, bad luck, age. But it was the resentment. It was 43 years of cortisol coursing through my body, aging me, killing me slowly. Michael died when I was 71, heart attack, sudden, and I never got to have the confrontation I had been imagining for 43 years. I never got to tell him what he had done to me. I never got to hear him apologize, and I realized, sitting at his funeral, that I had wasted 43 years. He had probably forgotten about what he did decades ago. He had probably moved on, and I was the only one still carrying it. I was the only one still paying the price. And I made a decision that day. I decided to forgive him, not for him. He was dead, not because what he did was okay. It was not, but for me, for my body, for the years I had left, and it was hard, because I had spent 43 years building a narrative around my resentment. I had told the story so many times that it had become part of my identity. I was the person who had been wronged by my brother. That was who I was. But I let it go. I actively forgave him, and within weeks I noticed something. The constant tension in my chest was gone. The anger that I woke up with was gone. I could think about Michael without my blood pressure rising, and over months my body started to heal. My skin color improved. The chronic pain started to diminish. I had more energy. My mind was clearer. It was like I was aging in reverse. Researchers have studied this. They have found that people who hold grudges have higher cortisol levels, higher blood pressure, worse immune function, faster cellular aging, telomeres shorter, all the markers of accelerated aging. And the remarkable thing is that forgiveness reverses it, not instantly, but measurably. People who forgive have lower cortisol, better immune function, better cardiovascular health, longer telomeres, slower cellular aging. This is not woo, this is biology. This is what happens to your body when you let go of resentment. And the people who benefit most are the ones who forgive early, not after 43 years, not after the person has died, but while they are still alive, while they still have years to heal. I spent 43 years accelerating my aging by holding a grudge, and I spent the last 16 years healing, slowly, reversing some of the damage, but not all of it, not enough. If I had forgiven my brother at 30 instead of at 71, I would have had 41 more years of lower cortisol, lower inflammation, slower aging. I might look 20 years younger than I do now. I might have avoided arthritis. I might have had better health my entire adult life. Think about your life right now. Who are you angry at? Who did you decide to hold a grudge against? A parent, a sibling, a friend, a partner, an ex, a colleague, someone who wronged you. And every time you think about them, your body floods with stress hormones. Every time you tell the story, it happens again. Every time you replay the betrayal, it happens again. And you are aging yourself. You are literally making yourself older, sicker, slower, weaker. And for what? They probably forgot what they did, or they do not care, or they are dead. And you are the only one still paying the price. You are the only one still being harmed by this thing that happened years or decades ago. I am not saying what they did was okay. I am not saying you should pretend it did not happen. I am saying you should forgive them, not for them, for you, because the anger is the anchor that is dragging you down, and the younger you are when you do this, the better, because every year you wait is another year of cortisol exposure. Another year of accelerated aging, another year of inflammation and pain. Think about the people you are angry at, really think about it, and ask yourself, is my anger hurting them? Or is it hurting me? And if the answer is that it is only hurting you, why are you still doing it? Forgiveness is not a feeling, it is a decision. You do not have to wait until you feel like forgiving. You have to decide to forgive, and then the feelings follow. Here is how I did it. I sat with my anger. I felt it fully. I did not suppress it. I acknowledged it. And then I asked myself, what do I get from holding this grudge? And the answer was, nothing. I get nothing. I just get aged. I just get sick. I just get pain. And then I made a decision. I decided that I would not think about my brother in the context of what he did. I would not replay the story anymore. I would not use him as evidence of the injustice of the world. And whenever I felt the anger coming up, I would consciously redirect my thoughts. It was work. It took time, but it worked, and my body responded. You can do this. You do not need to be wise. You do not need to be spiritual. You just need to be tired of being aged by your own resentment. I am 87 years old, and I wasted 43 years holding a grudge, 43 years of accelerated aging, 43 years of unnecessary pain, and I cannot get those years back, but you can. You can make the decision today to let go. You can choose forgiveness, not because the person deserves it, but because you deserve to not be aged by resentment. Think about the person you are angry at and make the decision today. Decide that you will not replay the story anymore. Decide that you will not let their actions age you. Decide that you are worth more than your resentment. If this resonated with you, leave a comment. Tell me who you are going to forgive, or tell me about a grudge you already let go of, because you are not alone in this, and your forgiveness could save your life. And if you want more about what actually ages you and what actually keeps you young, subscribe, because I have much more to teach. I am tired now, but I am free.